Hello YouTube and good afternoon. Hope everyone had a great new year. This is going to be the first in a series of videos where I review some day packs that I really like. Over the past couple of years I've tested out a few day packs and really come down to just a few that I like quite a bit. Any review I ever do on any piece of gear is always a long-term usage thing. So I don't really believe in unboxing videos. I want to have at least the gear for at least a minimum of 6 months, preferably a year. I think the longer you have a piece of gear, the better you're able to tell if it is, how durable it is, how well does it work in multiple climates and multiple weather, and things like that. For a backpack review, there's 4 categories I look at. That's going to be ease of use, load carry, durability, and then weight to volume ratio. So let's get started with the first review. So up for review today is the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Day Pack. I've had this pack now for about 2 years and used it off and on for various applications, travel, general day hiking type stuff, and then as a gym bag. So I use this, I go to a climbing gym 1 to 3 times a week, and I use this to carry harness, chalk, shoes, that kind of stuff. Overall, I probably would give this bag maybe like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good bag. It excels in some things, and then it's got some weaknesses also. So let's get into my 4 core categories. So category 1, ease of use. Let's talk about the layout of this backpack. It's very simple. The whole design of the backpack is meant to be simple and lightweight, and that has some ups and some downs. Ease of use, there's this nice big stuff pocket here, so it's pretty large, and it's pleated on both edges so that it can expand if you shove stuff in here. Mainly going to be like a jacket or a raincoat, and it has an elastic piece up here at the top that kind of cinches it down. There's also these bungee cords on the outside, something not really a fan of. I never use them. You could take them off, they're reusable. I feel like they just don't add to the aesthetic and they get caught. Water bottle pockets, pretty good. These are large enough that you could barely squeeze in an Nalgene. I usually use something smaller like a smart water bottle or like a 21-ounce Hydro Flask is what I use all the time. And then over here on the other side, you have another pocket. So those are asymmetrical. In addition to that, they offer this loop lash lanyard system for hiking poles. I use this some, but realistically it's not that helpful. The one thing from an ease of use, from an outside perspective, that I really wish it had is I wish it had some type of strap that went from like here to here. Because if you have something long, let's say hiking poles or tripod, there's the word I'm looking for. You have a tripod here, it just flops around. There's no way of really carrying anything. You can't strap anything large to the side, so there's no side compression. That does help that you can then unzip the entire bag easily all the way down. So the zipper runs the full length all the way down to the bottom of the water bottle pocket. So that works well. On the inside, stuff the blanket in here for test run. On the inside, it has a sleeve, so you can shove stuff down in here. You could probably fit a 13-inch laptop. My 15 doesn't really fit very well in here. It's too big. And then on the other inside of it, this is the outside. The orange is your back panel. There's a zipper pouch here that you can put stuff in as usual, or I put like wallet and keys and stuff like that. So ease of use wise, you can make this, open it up really big, huge clamshell. Again, doesn't have any compression straps on the side, but you can open it up really big, which is nice. That works quite well. Let's see, what notes did I have? The lack of straps is annoying. The zipper, it's fine. It's held up now for 1.5 years. It hasn't fallen apart yet. It's a YKK like AquaGuard zipper, which does pretty good. I will note that some of the coating, so it's hard to see even on a zoom, but the coating here, where it's not used very much, is still 100%. You can't see any of the zipper teeth. Up here at the top, the zipper has started to separate, and you can start to see all the zipper teeth up near the top where you where you use it majority of the time. Because typically when I'm using it, it's only getting unzipped down a couple of inches to pull something out. So long term, I'm sure the zipper will hold up, but not quite sure. So category 2, suspension and load carry. This backpack features some really nice backpack type straps. These are very similar to Hyperlite mountain gear's full-size straps. They probably actually are the same thing. Sternum strap is good. It's got stretchiness to it, which I usually like at least a little. It's got the built-in whistle, so that's nice. No complaints really with the hardline Dyneema straps. They work just fine. The one thing I really do like about this backpack that I think many manufacturers should include that they don't is that you can have a stowable waist belt. So that's nice. It comes out. It's got little tiny wings, and then you got the belt, and it fits just fine. I mean, you could probably go up pretty good waist size. I'm about a 35, 36. This clips, and I still have several more inches of adjustment. So it's a nice, large, good-sized waist belt. They use an actual decent belt buckle. A lot of companies put some little flimsy belt buckle on here, but this is a nice, durable, good belt. Overall, the straps are all great. This pack, though, suspension-wise, is marginal at best. The back panel is just a piece of very soft foam. If I unzip it like here, you can see I can easily flex and bend it. There's no plastic. It's just probably like maybe 1/4 inch of foam. There's no support, so it's relatively floppy. If you don't have the backpack loaded right, it will tip over when you sit it down. It has a relatively good square bottom, but if you don't have anything in it, it's going to flop over just because the back panel is not very stiff. I've shoved a blanket into here, which is fairly representative of kind of a good sized load. And the problem you get with no back panel is you get this weird arch in it. So you get this kind of rounded dome here, and then it hooks up here. So you get this kind of like ball in your back right here, nothing up here, nothing down here, and that's just because of no back panel. The other problem I found in California is it gets very hot. And this has nice spacer mesh, like a tennis shoe kind of breathable mesh here. This back panel is essentially a piece of plastic. So if it's hot and sweaty out, it never dries. It's just, you're just soaked because you have a plastic bag essentially on your back. So when it comes to load carry, weight-wise, I wouldn't put more than 15-20 pounds in a frameless pack like this, and this is completely frameless. It doesn't have any frame sheet, doesn't have any aluminum stay, nothing like that. Completely frameless. I wouldn't put more than 15 pounds in it, and even when you load it with big soft items like a blanket or some jackets or something like that, it's going to cause this kind of bellow out in the middle of your back. The straps again are really nice. Love the layout of that. I just think a frame sheet, a durable kind of thick frame sheet and something like this would be nice. And then put spacer mesh in this back panel, or at least maybe like a stripe of spacer mesh through here, just so you get some amount of sweat absorption and it doesn't feel like you're wearing a plastic bag. So category 3, durability. I really, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, think it's critical to have a backpack for at least a year before you can comment on the durability. This is a Cuban fiber pack. I still, if you look at my Cuban fiber or Dyneema composite, whatever you want to call it these days, if you take a look at my other video about Cuban fiber, all those thoughts still stand. I think I got this because it was on sale and it looked cool. I wanted to try it out. The fabric itself is very crinkly. It's not like nylon. It feels kind of plasticky. And one of the problems I've developed, the highest wear area is up here, right? Because I'm zipping and unzipping, and it's getting a lot of abrasion. And it's starting to get these weird kind of crinkles, and the fabric is getting all distressed and crinkled. I'm sure if I kept using this for a little while longer, these might get worse. Some of the Cuban fiber stuff sacks I've had, they develop these weird crinkles, and then they'll start to split and become little holes. Same thing on the bottom. The bottom, you know, I probably haven't been the kindest to, and there's little tiny rips and holes and dings in it. But it's beginning to develop that crinkliness, that Cuban fiber crinkle, I don't know how else to call it, that eventually then wears to little tiny holes being in the fabric. So the fabric, while it's really abrasion resistant, over time it just seems to wear itself out by getting crinkled and uncrinkled too many times. I never had that problem with nylon, but if from just a pure abrasion perspective, it's pretty good. They also do just from a nice durability standpoint, they have little nice metal grommets all over the bottom for drainage, so those are nice. The straps, like I said earlier, are very durable. They're large, full-size type of components that you'd use on a much larger backpack. So the components there are strong. Your only other failure point is the zipper. I've never really had a zipper blow out and completely screw me over on a backpack, but I know some people are always concerned about zipper durability. This is a good zipper. I've had these on other backpacks, but then it won't last forever. There's a shelf life to how many zips you can give on this zipper. One thing that kind of drives me nuts, I didn't mention about ease of use when it comes to this zipper, is if you unzip this, sometimes to get it back zipped again is you have to pinch the backpack. I don't know how else to describe it, but pinch it and then, you know, work it over like this, and there's no pull tab or easy way of doing that. So I don't know, you kind of have to be a little bit more aggressive sometimes on the zipper. Might affect durability long term. The pull handle's good. It's white, so it's now turned brown. I don't know why you wouldn't put some other color of webbing there, but that's just my opinion. Bungee cords, they're easy, they're replaceable, they haven't broke yet. Wasn't a huge fan of the system anyways. The durability wise, I would probably give the pack like a good, let's say 8.5 out of 10. No problems yet, although I could see after long-term usage of 3 to 5 years, something like that, you might get some of these crinkles getting worse and holes developing. Final topic is weight to volume ratio. This pack is about 20 ounces empty, and it has a good amount of volume. You can look at the website for all the technical specs, but I feel like with a really big main pocket and no doodads on the inside impeding it, it leaves to quite a bit of room. So it's a great size if you want to put a whole day's worth of stuff in here. You could, if you really wanted to go lightweight, probably camp out it overnight, but by then you're going to be maxing the back panel suspension. The one thing that I do really like about the volume or size of this pack, as far as ease of use and stuff, is it fits perfectly under an airplane seat. So I use this a ton when going on airplanes. The only problem was it doesn't really carry a laptop the best. So that's one problem with this volume, is that if you have a 15-inch laptop, it's quite the squeeze. You got to put it in sideways. There's no padded sleeve, anything like that. So volume standpoint wise, for a computer, 15, not the best. 13, no problem. And it does fit really well under an airplane seat, which is quite nice. So overall, those are my thoughts on the Hyperlite Day Pack. It's an okay backpack, not my favorite. It's been replaced, and I use other ones more often now that I'm going to review over the next coming weeks. If you have any questions about the pack, first check out the manufacturer's website. They have a really good website with a lot of information. If you have questions, put them in the comment and I will reply back to you. If you want to see something else done in these day pack reviews, let me know. I'm not a review expert. I know other people put out way better reviews. I think my strength might come from actually using the product for a long period of time before I ever think about reviewing it. So thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.